you're asking your girlfriend, you're asking your wife what you want to do, and she says, I don't know. Most of the time you'll be like, don't you think you want Chinese, or shouldn't we have Chinese food? What happens? She's like, oh yes, Chinese food is good. Let's have Chinese. Don't you think we should have McDonald's? Oh yes, that is good. That is because now you've planted the idea and she has that narrative in the head. It is the same thing with storytelling in business. We tend to forget that whether it is B2B or B2C, that we are doing business human to human.
Like we heard, many of us have repeated till this time, it is important to pay attention to the listener. In communication, it is said that it is not what you have said, it is whether who you have said it to have gotten you.
Position yourself as a solution. Just like Annie was saying, a lot of businesses want a solution. So how can you best tap into that? Rather than just joining or like proposing, because I know there's a lot of people that do like sales in the DMs, you're proposing to another DM, like to another business, I can do this, I can do that, but how can you do what you're saying you can do? And do you have proof to show that you can do what you do?
Like you were saying, this is an important conversation because we are looking at a storytelling strategy for B2B and tech leaders. If you want to secure your position in a category, and this is, I think, is fundamentally important for those in the business. And I believe that those that are here, actually, they know the value for why they are here. And this is what it's all about. I really love LinkedIn for this. I really must point that out. That the event is set up. You don't force anybody to be here. If you know you have value, you have value for what is being discussed, you are here. I have participated in an event for sometime around 3 p.m. That would be 3 a.m. No, in the night. So then 1 a.m. because I value the conversation. So I participate because it is for me. It is somebody giving me something free of value. I should at least, as a minimum, appreciate it. That is what it is. Because we're not only charging anybody to come and listen to the conversation. So it's up to us if we believe that it is valuable for us. So that is it. Strategic storytelling for B2B. What says you, Tanya? Let's start with you because it's usually ladies and gentlemen. Let's start with you.
All right, thank you so much for those who could make this room. I'm excited about this topic. B2B sales is something that I love to do. For those who don't know me, I am a go-to-market strategist and revenue operations, popularly known as a business growth architect, and I work primarily in B2B go-to-market and helping tech companies and consulting companies to win bigger deals and actually grow their revenue in a period of 12 months. So this is something that I love to do, and something that I have learned in the longest time in the recent years is that storytelling is one of those weapons at your disposal as a business owner, as a leader, and especially as one that is starting out to gain market share. So here's something that everyone here should note. In the market, there's only 3 positions. Any other position after this, you are playing a losing game. So the top 3 positions are the market leader. There is the category leader. This is the one when you're talking about, you don't say, when you're trying to grab a taxi, oh, I'll call a taxi for you. You say, I'll Uber you. That means that is a category leader. I'll Uber you. Oh, don't worry, I'll Uber you there. That means that is a category leader because they've shaped the industry. I'll send you my calendar link, or I'll send you my Google link or my email, and you expect, or you get on an app and you expect for them to allow you to quickly sign up with your Google account. That means that is a category leader, right? So then you have the challenger brand. So the best example, for example, that I can give you here for a challenger brand, I'll give you an example for Nigeria because I'm working on something for Nigeria. You have Stanbic Bank, for example, is a category leader. I mean, they've been there for years. Or if you look at UBA, they're one of the biggest banks and oldest banks in Nigeria. But now you have Kuda Bank. For the Nigerians here, they will know Kuda Bank is a digital neobank, and this new kid in the block is coming, just shaking things up, right? They are shaking the market. People are loving them. Those are challenger brand. This is the David. David challenging Goliath and saying that I'm ready for a fight. Let's go, and I'm gonna beat you. That's a challenger brand. And then there is the new kid in the block who is carrying the weapon for one of them. This is the one that usually is the substitute. Now, when you are the substitute brand, you cannot dictate any rules of engagement. So when people come to you, they come to you because they can't do business with Kuda or they can't do business with UBA. You are the one that go for discounts. So they'll drive your prices down, they will push, they will negotiate, they will undercut you, and they expect you to be the cheapest option. Now, if you want to win, being the cheapest option is a race to the bottom, because there is something that recently shared on Threads where that in today's economy, in today's industry, in the business environment that we exist in today, you cannot win on products and features, because that MOU can be copied. Somebody can come, look at your features, and with how tech has evolved, there's no code. They don't even need to code. They can copy your features, make it better, make it cheaper, and they win the market share with that. So you don't use that anymore. That is no longer the MOU to use. You want to either be the challenger brand, because what happens when you're the challenger, we all love a David. We all love David taking down Goliath. So people will root for the challenger brand, and this is how you eventually become a category leader. So how do you do this? The thing is, with strategic storytelling, it helps you reshape how people think. When there's a category leader in the industry, they have trained the participants, the markets, to act in a particular way. For example, let me give you a great example. Who loves the idea of buying an engagement ring? I know the gents here know that now women want you to buy an engagement ring. They want it to be a diamond ring. They want you to spend a whole lot of money buying that engagement ring. But where does that come from? That comes from the early 1900s, when diamonds were so devalued that the beers hired an advertising exec to help them sell. So what did he do? He started shaping a strategic narrative around diamonds, that if a man loved you, he will buy you a diamond ring with that was worth at least 2 to 3 months of his salary. So today, this is the expectation of women. That was a marketing campaign. That was storytelling. Same thing with breakfast. We all say that breakfast is the most important meal of the day. You don't know that that is a 1960s marketing campaign. That was strategic storytelling to shape how you think, because that is how you change the narrative. For example, if you're coming into an industry, you are the challenger brand, you're the new kid in the block, you're like, well, I don't like how this industry is working. I have a new software that is going to change how people are supposed to do. It's going to be faster, better. It's going to make life easier for them. You coming at them and telling them that they have to do it this way is not going to change anything, because people are used to doing things in a way. If there's something that human beings despise, is making decisions. And as a woman, I can attest to this. I hate having to make decisions. Do not ask me what I'm gonna eat. I always say when I get married, my husband is in trouble because I don't want to think when he's around. Really, that's the thing. Now, the average human is like a woman. we don't want to make a decision. Ask a woman what she wants to eat. I mean, I'll pay you $100 if you go home in the giant fair and you tell me that you asked your woman what she wanted to eat, and she immediately told you, I want to eat A, B, C, D. I'll send you $100 because I know for sure there's no one that can say that happens. And that's because we don't want to think. We don't have to consider things. So most of the decisions that we make is made subconsciously. And the patterns are set. So how do you reshape how people make decisions? It is by introducing new narratives to them. And you do not speak to the subconscious by giving it facts because it doesn't want to think. Facts makes them have to think and have to make a decision to accept it. Whereas now when you leverage storytelling, it reshapes how people think. And that works whether it is in the B2B sector or the tech sector. It starts reshaping how they think and perceive the problem, and you help them put the conclusion that you came to into their minds, and you plant it like a seed. Now, this feels like it is their own decision. So think about it. If you're a giant here, if you asking your girlfriend, you're asking your wife what you want to eat, and she says, I don't know, most of the time you'll be like, don't you think you want Chinese, or shouldn't we have Chinese food? What happens? She's like, oh yes, Chinese food is good. Let's have Chinese. Don't you think we should have McDonald's? Oh yes, that is good. That is because now you've planted the idea and she has that narrative in the head. It is the same thing with storytelling in business. We tend to forget that whether it is B2B or B2C, that we are doing business human to human. So I'm going to yield my mic now so I don't take all the floor. So I'm going to let Obehi lead.
Thank you so much for that. I can see the passion in you, Tanya. Anyway, you're not going anywhere. You are here. This is a conversation that we need to have. And of course, we are here for that. Because at the point I was saying, okay, now where are we bringing the storytelling in? And you landed it the way you need to land. That is the power there. Storytelling basically help you to dominate the conversation in the sense that you don't need to struggle for it anymore. You don't need to say, oh, I am also there. No, you are the one, you know. You are the one in the sense that of all the actually we're not more than 8 billion people on the planet today, you are not just going to be the number. If you don't have a story, you are just a number. But if you have a story, you are the one. In that, in your storytelling, you are the one telling the people, you're the one that is building the world. The world doesn't exist, but you are the one that is creating it. And you are inviting people to share with you. As you can see, you are not in the passenger seat. You are in the driver's seat because you are the creator of the experience. And imagine what that can do for you in the field of business.